My name is Erin First-Dimming, and I'm a movement disorder neurologist at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston, McGovern Medical School. My connection to the HD community is as a movement disorder neurologist. I treat patients with Huntington's disease and focus on their motor symptoms. So the most common motor symptom in adults with HD is something called chorea, so involuntary movements that can lead to dropping things, knocking things over, and even falls. But that's not the only motor symptom. So our patients might experience incoordination, imbalance. And so as a movement disorder neurologist, I focus on those excessive movements or even underactive movements and try to come up with creative strategies to effectively treat the motor symptoms of Huntington's disease. I'm also the director of our HDSA Center of Excellence. We were recently designated a level 1 HDSA Center of Excellence, and we're very proud to have received this designation. This means that we are now partnering with sites outside of Houston. We're partnering with clinics in San Antonio, in Lubbock, in Waco, and more recently in Austin and in Dallas. So we are very, very proud to work with our partners and colleagues to expand care throughout the great state of Texas. To increase awareness. We need to continue to raise awareness for those that are living with HD. And we need to raise awareness for many reasons. But just to name a few, importantly, we need to raise awareness to try and help minimize the isolation that sometimes our HD patients and families may feel. HD is a rare disease, and it's been in the shadows for many years, and we really need to use our voices to educate others about Huntington's disease so that our patients and families don't feel alone. We also need to use our voices to educate others on caring for individuals with HD. We need to educate healthcare providers, those that maybe are not familiar with HD. Importantly, we need to educate our elected officials. We need to help educate our elected officials on the HD Parity Act in particular. We need to pass the HD Parity Act. It's unacceptable that our patients are required to wait 2 grueling years after finally being deemed disabled, which is an arduous process in itself, to receive Medicare benefits. So we need to continue to educate our elected officials on the importance of passing the HD Parity Act. We also need to educate law enforcement. We know that unfortunately, there are many stories of individuals living with Huntington's disease that have been wrongfully arrested, wrongfully incarcerated due to a lack of awareness or a lack of understanding of what Huntington's disease might look like. There are wonderful efforts already underway. We need to continue those efforts to educate law enforcement. To keep up the great work. I am continually inspired by the resilience that our patients and families demonstrate on a regular basis. They're incredibly brave and incredibly resourceful, and I'm just in awe of their strength and courage. So I would say, keep up the good work, keep up the great work, continue the fight, use your voice, don't let HD define you, and we will all continue to work collaboratively to advance our knowledge about Huntington's disease and to care for those that are living with Huntington's disease until we live in a world that is HD free.